The story begins with a girl named Momo Ayase, who's fed up with her boyfriend because he's a total leech. He even asks her for money to go on a date, and when she refuses, he suggests they go to a love hotel, but with her paying. Hearing this, Momo gets angry and kicks him, but he's stronger than her and pushes her down. He then breaks up with her and leaves. Momo shares this with her friends, who say it's good that he's gone because he was a loser. They wonder what she even saw in him, to which Momo replies that he looked like her favorite actor, Takakura, and she likes macho guys. Her friends joke that guys like that don't exist anymore. Momo is left feeling sad and wonders when she'll meet a man like Takakura. That's when she notices a group of boys bullying a nerdy boy by throwing paper at him while he's reading a magazine. Momo doesn't like what she sees and sits down next to the boy, staring down the bullies until they stop. She then leaves the classroom, thinking about who she can vent her anger on. Just then, the nerdy boy approaches her, thinking she likes him because she sat next to him. Momo tells him he's mistaken and that she's not interested. But the boy starts talking about UFOs and aliens, insisting they're real and that the government is hiding the truth. Momo isn't interested and says she doesn't believe in aliens. As she's about to leave, the boy continues rambling about aliens, which annoys Momo. She tells him to stop talking nonsense, and maybe that's why he has no friends and never will. The boy is hurt by this, and his magazine falls to the ground. Momo realizes she may have gone too far, so she apologizes while picking up his magazine and says she doesn't believe in aliens, but she does believe in ghosts. The boy laughs at her, saying ghosts aren't real and she must be crazy. This angers Momo, and the two start arguing. Momo believes in ghosts, while the boy insists only aliens are real. Momo's friends see them fighting and think she's found a new boyfriend, and that they make a cute couple. Momo challenges the boy to visit a haunted place, and if he sees a ghost, he'll become her servant. The boy accepts and says Momo should visit a place he knows, and if she sees an alien, she'll become his servant. Both agree to the bet. Later that night, Momo arrives at the abandoned Nagi General Hospital, which has been closed for years. She nicknames the boy Occult-kun or Okun. On a call, Okun tells Momo that the hospital is believed to be an alien hotspot, and if she reaches the rooftop, they'll abduct her and perform experiments on her body. Momo asks if he's ever been abducted, to which Okun replies that he might have been, but the aliens erased his memories. Momo realizes that Occult has never actually seen a UFO or alien himself. Meanwhile, Occult arrives at a haunted tunnel that Momo had mentioned. He's scared but tries to prove that ghosts don't exist. However, he soon sees bloodstained handprints and a scary old woman. Terrified, Occult runs out of the tunnel, and Momo hears his screams. She thinks the ghost is Turbo Granny, a cursed entity known for putting a curse on anyone she catches. As Occult tries to escape, Turbo Granny catches him, and his call with Momo gets cut off. Momo decides to help him but encounters three robot-like men, who turn out to be aliens. They catch Momo, tear off her clothes, and tie her up. The aliens reveal that they are Sarpowinians from the planet Sarpo. Their race consists only of males, and they use cloning technology for reproduction. However, they now want to reproduce like humans, so they've come to Earth to steal human organs. They plan to experiment on Momo, but as they begin, Momo's phone rings, and a ghost suddenly emerges from it. It's Occult, cursed by Turbo Granny. Occult, now possessed, attacks the aliens. One of the aliens is shocked, saying that even they don't have the technology to teleport through a phone. The ghostly Occult battles the aliens, but Turbo Granny's curse makes him uncontrollable. One alien tells Momo they've never attacked humans, and all they want is her banana. However, Momo uses a psychic power she unknowingly possesses, breaking free and fighting off the aliens. Surprised by her own abilities, Momo recalls a memory of her grandmother, who was a spirit medium. Momo's grandmother had taught her how to use psychic powers to protect herself from evil spirits. With her newfound powers, Momo defeats the aliens and saves Occult. Turbo Granny then reveals that she's cursed Occult by taking his jewels and says that to break the curse, Momo must face her in the tunnel. Turbo Granny disappears, and the alien ship crashes into the hospital. Momo and Occult realize they were both right. Aliens and ghosts both exist. Occult decides to confront Turbo Granny to lift the curse, stripping down and giving Momo his clothes so she can go home. Momo insists on going with him to help, though Occult believes he's a loser. Momo blushes when Occult says he can't focus if she doesn't wear the clothes, as it reminds her of something her favorite actor, Takakura, once said. Momo then asks Occult for his real name, and he reveals that his name is Takakura. Momo is stunned, and behind them, the UFO explodes, ending episode 1. Momo discovers that Okun's real name is actually Takakura, her favorite actor's name. Momo refuses to believe it, but Okun insists it's true. She plugs her ears, which intensifies the curse on Okun. He transforms, demanding Momo give him his banana back. Momo, using her psychic powers, throws Okun away, breaking the curse temporarily. Momo proposes they set rules. She'll call him Okun and he must never mention his real name in front of her. With no choice, Okun agrees, blushing, and Momo teases him. Embarrassed, he turns away, only to accidentally fart, which makes Momo scold him. At dawn, they reach a cave, but Turbo Granny won't be around because it's now daytime. Momo suggests they head to her house, but Okun's curse flares up again when he steps into her yard. His body catches fire, and Momo has to throw him into a nearby river to save him. She realizes her grandma put a talisman on the gate to keep evil spirits out, which also affected cursed Okun. Apologizing, Momo removes the talisman and invites Okun inside. Inside, Momo finds her grandma isn't home, so she takes Okun to her room, leaving him outside to change. However, his curse activates, and he peeks through the door, making Momo angry. After calming him down, Momo gives Okun some clothes, though they're girl's clothes for now. She teases him about the curse again and even jokes about his missing banana, which Turbo Granny stole, making him embarrassed. The conversation turns serious as Okun confesses he came along because he always wanted a friend, but he doubts they can be friends because they're from different worlds. Momo reassures him, saying they'll still talk about the occult together, moving Okun to tears. Just then, they hear the bell ring, a warning sign for an evil spirit at the door. It turns out the talisman's removal let an entity into their home. The two sneak out the back and find that a giant, ominous wall has surrounded the house, preventing escape. They see a dark, smoky monster approaching, demanding a banana. Okun recognizes it as the Flatwoods Monster, an alien often sighted in America and Japan. With the house surrounded by darkness, Momo starts bleeding from her nose, while Okun struggles to breathe. Momo can't use her psychic powers fully because she's controlling Okun's curse. Okun bravely asks her to release the curse so he can fight the alien. Momo agrees, and Okun transforms, becoming incredibly fast and strong, thanks to the granny curse. However, after a fierce battle, the curse begins to harm Okun's body. Realizing the alien fights like a sumo wrestler, Momo suggests they try to make it touch the ground. They target its legs, but the monster regenerates. Momo uses her powers to control Okun's curse just enough. With a strategic move, Momo traps the alien, using the talisman to burn it up. Exhausted, Momo faints, and Okun, losing her influence, fully transforms into Turbo Granny. Then, we shift to a TV program where a psychic named Santa Dodo Dia appears. She reads a celebrity's life, but hilariously gets everything wrong. The celebrity laughs it off, correcting her. After the program, the psychic takes a cab home, where the driver recognizes her and asks if she really has psychic powers. She suddenly demands to get out, warning him to leave immediately if he doesn't want to die. Meanwhile, Turbo Granny has nearly attacked Momo, but out of nowhere, an attack from the psychic lady throws Turbo Granny into a river. It turns out this lady is none other than Momo's grandmother, Seiko. She assumes Momo has brought another strange guy home, only to realize he's a monster. Turbo Granny attempts a surprise attack on Seiko, but she had anticipated it and set a trap. The trap encircles Turbo Granny, creating a barrier that burns her if she crosses it. Seiko stands protected within her own barrier, warning Turbo Granny that crossing the line means death. Turbo Granny tries to intimidate Seiko, saying she'll eat her, but Seiko brushes it off, saying she doesn't plan to keep her captive, she wants to eliminate her. Seiko traps Turbo Granny within another circle, taunting her for her failed attempts to escape. Turbo Granny retorts, calling Seiko an old hag, to which Seiko humorously fires back. As they bicker, Turbo Granny threatens that harming her will also endanger Okun. Seiko then burns her right there. Momo wakes up and asks her granny about Okun, who was looking hot as hell in that stripper outfit. She says that she killed him, and then Momo gets scared, and then finds him in another room and gets relieved. Later, Seiko reveals the history of Turbo Granny, saying that people used to call her 100-kilo Granny. She warns Momo to forget Okun and return to normal life, but Momo refuses, determined to help him. They devise a plan to lure Turbo Granny outside the city, where she will be weaker. Sexy Grandma enjoys a TV show and laughs, and to save Okun, Momo even begins a special psychic training with Seiko's guidance. though she struggles at first. She finally got a hold of Okun as she wanted to get a hold of him to control his curse. She stops him from going to washroom because if she loses his sight, the curse will take over him again. Hot Granny also chases him all the way to the restroom. Momo controls his curse while he was in the bathroom, but as she loses his sight, Turbo Granny appears and threatens her that she will kill her grandma as well. The episode ends with Momo and Okun heading toward the tunnel to confront Turbo Granny.